Ashley, homeschool mom to a first grader and preschooler, and today's video is all about our autumn unit study. We'll be doing 2 weeks of autumn studies. We're going to be looking at foxes and the changing trees in autumns. We are going to be studying our apple tree in our backyard and the autumn equinox. So I am excited to show you the shelf work and shelf display that I continue to change throughout our school year. And I'm also going to be doing some really short flip throughs of a couple of the autumn units that I got on Etsy. So we've got this autumn unit study here, and then this one is a little bit more about the autumn equinox. So I'll do a quick flip through on these, and also our autumn busy book. So I usually switch out the busy book pages for my preschooler. My first grader likes them too. So I'll be showing you what we have going on for fall. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the video. If you're new here, we are more eclectic homeschoolers. We take little pieces of Charlotte Mason, Waldorf, unschooling, and kind of put it all together into our own style. So to start this unit out, I'm going to show off probably my favorite part of this are these really beautiful mushroom identification cards that I got from HearthMagic, which is a wonderful homeschool resource on Etsy. We're not going to be doing a mushroom study for the unit, but I thought they were really beautiful. We are going to be doing a study on foxes. This is a really cute little writing resource that I will link. I love these little tiles for my 3-year-old. We're going to be spending a couple days next week talking about foxes. We see foxes out in the field where we live often. We've lost baby chicks to foxes. So I think this will just be kind of an interesting way to bring it full circle. This beautiful book, Slow Down, from Beautiful Feet Books, is a great resource for doing quick nature studies because they are only 2 pages for each subject. And I love that. That seems very age appropriate for my kids. And then on Monday, we're going to read this book, Flossie and the Fox. I just read through this today, and it is really, really sweet. I really liked it. Beautiful illustrations, just like a cute, funny story. I was laughing to myself, so that's always a good sign. If I enjoy reading it, then my kids will probably pick up on that. Really cute story about how a girl outsmarts a fox by making him think that she does not believe him that he is a fox. And yeah, it's really a charming story. Looking forward to that. So I've got a few resources here. This is another shop on Etsy that I think it's LMNOP that I got my autumn unit from. So the little fox printout there. I will link the resources where I got, some of the printouts from. This is a great homeschool resource. So these are meditation cards. I picked this one mostly for the picture with the mushrooms on it. But then it has like a script for getting your kids to slow down and meditate. And this one is about little creatures in a secret world or secret village, which I know my daughter will like. Here is that resource here. So they're called, the company is called Imagine, meditation cards for kids. 26 guided meditations for kids. And we haven't even tried it yet, but we're going to incorporate it with our morning time. So moving on here, these cute little acorns I got from the dollar store. We can use those as math manipulatives, little math counters, maybe paint them. And this is taken from our alphabet. Gosh, I can't remember the name, but it's such a gorgeous alphabet. I'll link that too. I believe I got these on Amazon, but they're like a Waldorf style alphabet, really whimsical and pretty. Got the M for mushroom. So that's the top part. And then this week also we're going to be looking at trees and how they change during the autumn months. a couple printouts there. I really want to say this is LMNOP shop on Etsy. I hope I'm right, but I will link the where I got those from below. Yeah, so Leaf Jumpers is a really cute book. It's super age appropriate for my first grader and preschooler. Might even be slightly elementary for my daughter, except that it does have a science, reference here to the different types of leaves, different types of trees that they come from. I think the illustrations are really pretty too. Perfect for the season. And then I love these little books because my daughter is learning how to read this year. These are just, I heard a Charlotte Mason family call these living books because they have like real pictures, pictures and little stories that kids can relate to. So we've got fall, and then we're going to be talking about harvesting, not this week, but next week. Again, another meditation card. I just really love, felt like an autumn themed picture there. So that's why I chose that one. And then I pulled out a few of our busy book pages to display for our unit. I'm going to be showing you guys my autumn busy book in this video as well, but these were just a few that I pulled out. I find that my kids actually do the busy book materials if they're out as an invitation versus handing them the busy book. Maybe it's because my 3-year-old is still kind of young to be pulling out the pieces out of the book, and this is just easier. But we've got complete the pattern, matching the leaves. This is, my first grader kind of likes it, but it's definitely more for my preschooler. Match the pattern. I thought that one was really cute. It's just so perfect for autumn. Loving the colors. So this is a great thing for him to do while I'm doing more formal studies with my daughter. And again, I'll be giving a little flip through of our busy book. We've got the different autumn leaves. These lights I found at the Dollar Tree. I wish they were longer, but they add a really sweet, inviting element to the unit. These are really beautiful coloring pages from HearthMagic. Again, that is a unit study curriculum resource on Etsy. She puts together just these really, wholesome units and resources. I'm really liking them. I'm getting to know them for the first time. The Complete Brambly Hedge. So I want my daughter to love this because I really want to implement this into our nature study curriculum next year. And I haven't introduced it to her yet. I got this from Beautiful Feet Books at a discount because you can see how damaged it is. But Beautiful Feet Books has these really seasonally appropriate books to accompany their curriculum. We're not using them this year, but I am using some of their books because they're so beautiful. And as you can see with these illustrations, these are perfect for autumn. They're so pretty. And my daughter doesn't really love animal stories, I don't think. So I'm kind of hoping she connects to this because this is the main spine for one of the Beautiful Feet curriculums I want to do next year. And then getting into our autumn book collection, some of them we own, some of them are from the library. This is a really cute book about a new bear cub who experiences his first autumn. And how he's confused about the leaves falling. I'm really trying to use books that have a story element. Some of these picture books, sometimes they're a little too elementary, and there really just has to be some kind of relatable component for my daughter to be engaged. I love The Little Red Hen. This is about a hen that does all the work herself. No one will help her out. This is going to be a good book for our harvest unit the week after next. And I love the end. She does all the work herself, and then because no one helped, she eats all the bread that she made herself. This one I just read through, and man, I love it so much. Not only are the illustrations just super awesome, so dreamy, so whimsical, really cool colors, but the story itself is, again, just has like that books that you can connect with, these living books. It's all about watching her father harvest the apples. Where the apples come from. This is the tree that made our apples, and these are the roots that watered the roots. I mean, it's all this kind of full circle thing about this is the tree, this is the roots, this is the weather that gave the tree the rain, that gave the tree the sun, that grew the apples that were in the pie. Yeah, this is the sky wide and fair that carried the clouds, heaped and round, that dropped the rain cool and fresh, that watered the roots. And then it goes into the sun, and then again, yeah, it's so pretty. What a beautifully, a beautiful display of science. Our curriculum called for this book. We use Blossom and Root for our language arts. We Gather Together is the main spine for our little harvest study. How different cultures harvest around the world, and then it has a nice, kind of science addition to what happens in the fall and autumn equinox. Goodbye summer, hello autumn. I think this might be a little elementary for my daughter, but maybe my son will be into it. I keep using the word elementary. She isn't elementary, but you know what I mean. Magnificent Homespun Brown. This is a great book. I'm not sure if my kids will connect to it, only because we haven't really read a lot of poetry together, and that's something I'd like to change. But the way that this book is worded is very poetic. It's really beautiful. It's all circled around the color brown, as it relates to her skin and her hair, but also the sand and the sun and autumn. And it's a really wonderful book. So we'll try it out. If it doesn't work, we're going to try again, because I love it. This is one of my daughter's favorites. We don't do a ton of reading out of this. Sometimes we do. She mostly loves to look at the pictures. We like to take tracing paper and draw over the fairies. But I'd also like to eventually use this as one of our main copy work resources. These are just a bunch of little poems about all the different seasonal fairies. So, of course, they have autumn, gorgeous illustrations, and then, a great little introduction to poetry and folk songs. Awesome book. I've had this from the library for months. I don't want to give it back. I should just buy one. And this was recommended by Little Glam, A Lot of Mom, Chrissy. That is her YouTube name and Instagram handle. I follow all of her homeschool stuff. And so any book recommendation that she has, I'm like on it. My daughter might be a little thrown by this story at first, because the baby bat loses his mom in an owl-like attack. The mom doesn't die. He's lost. And he ends up in a nest with new baby birds and tries to eat bugs for the first time and hates it. And then he gets yelled at by the mom for, not liking the bugs that she got for him. And then the little birds try to teach him how to fly, but he's very clumsy. The illustrations are really great, even though they're so simple. They're so beautiful. Then he learns how to fly, and then he gets lost again and meets another bat, and then meets lots of bats and finds his mom, and they're reunited, which is great. And then he wants to, she teaches him that he can see at night and that they don't eat bugs, they eat fruit, which he's thrilled about. And then he wants to see his friends again. So he tries to teach them how to fly at night, but they can't. And they become really good friends, and they learn that just because they are different, they have lots of similarities too. So I like that book a lot. Hopefully my daughter will get over the fact that he lost his mom for a minute. And then lastly, The 100 Dresses. This was also recommended by our charter school as a good autumn read aloud chapter book. And we haven't done a lot of chapter books yet. And so, I might try this one out. It seemed pretty cute. I don't know. I read a few pages. I have no idea. And that's it. That is our fox and tree study, the beginning units of our autumn unit study. So I'll take you guys through a quick flip through of how I put my busy books together. So this is the old one that we did for the last few weeks. It was a bird unit. So I'm just going to take out all of these pages, and we are going to put in the new autumn busy book that I will link below where I got it from. This bird one is from LMNOP print shop on Etsy. The next one might be as well. We'll see. And then this binder has this nice additional pocket for some of these other loose parts. Okay, so this is the autumn busy book, and we are going to put this together. So we've got size sorting, matching the colors. I really like the illustrations on this one and the colors. It's really sweet. We've got match the letters. I like these trucks with the pumpkins, and then they have lowercase letters as well that are squash. So it's cute. It's like the pumpkins are picking up the harvest. The trucks are picking up the harvest, rather. This is, it looks like my kids are already into this. Counting. So I make these myself. I buy the PDF. I print them out on cardstock. And then I laminate them with my laminator. And it probably takes, I don't know, probably 1 to 2 nights to put all this together. I'd say all in all, it probably takes me like 2 to 3 hours. So then this is the busy book put all together. And then I found these little divider bags at the Dollar Tree, which are perfect for the, obviously the little small stick-ons. So I have 5 of these bags, and that has been like the perfect number for each of these busy book purchases. That seems to be about the amount of activities that comes in each of these. And I forget what I paid for this. I feel like these busy books probably range around like $8 for the PDF. Sometimes less, sometimes more. So I'm just going to give you guys a quick flip through of the autumn unit that we bought from LMNOP on, I really want to say this is LMNOP, and I don't know. I'm going to have to look. And if it's not, I will definitely link the right one. What causes autumn? What kind of trees lose their leaves in autumn? And I did not print the entire thing. I only printed the things that I knew that we would want to cover. So I kept it nice and short. My kids are still really young. When we do unit studies, we only really do it for, I leave the display out for a week or 2, but we really only, sit down with it for a couple of days. What do animals do in autumn? What happens on the farm in autumn? Autumn festivals. And then this is the other unit study I bought from HearthMagic. This is the one that we're going to use when we talk about apples in the autumn equinox. And again, I didn't print out everything. I just printed out a few things from this unit. It's very charming. It's all about balance and connection and coming together in these really simple, wholesome ways to sing songs about apple trees and little poems. We do have an apple tree in our backyard, so this is super fitting. We're going to meet out there during this unit every morning for our, gathering time. We're going to dye silks for the first time from Sarah Silks. We're going to dye them autumn colors and dance around with them to some of these songs. We're going to read this story, The Apple Star. I had not heard this story before. It's very sweet about how this little boy is looking for a star, and he asks all these people, and he eventually finds it inside of an apple. And then, of course, I'll crack an apple open and show them the star. Wolf felt hanging. I may consider this. I think my daughter would be into it, but unfortunately my 3-year-old just wants to do everything that she does, and I don't know if I'm ready for him with needles. Same with this autumn crown. I have some cardstock cutouts that we might use instead, and then daily yoga that I think we'll do under the apple tree. And then these are HearthMagic's book recommendations. So then here now we're back to the other unit study that I bought on Etsy. These were some additional printouts that I chose from that unit to display for our study. Specifically when we talk about harvesting, we'll put those up. And then I believe these are from Canva. So I love using Canva as a resource for worksheets. We're not a worksheet heavy homeschool, but I do like having a few of these things for when our charter school needs work samples. I figured this would be a good introduction to poetry, this acrostic poem. And then these are the cardstock printouts that I found to make the autumn headband instead of using real wool or felt. And yeah, we'll get there soon. I really do want to teach, stitching and crocheting and that kind of thing to my daughter. And then HearthMagic has this cute autumn scavenger hunt. So a couple of printouts for them for that, and then they can color it in. And some copy work, worksheets, and then some simple math. And that's it.